Greetings, Cap fans, and welcome to episode 292 of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. My name is Rick Verbonis, and you know me, I'm the host, and I've got a co-host. You know him. His name is Bob Lucius, the best gosh darn co-host out there. Oh, Bob, this actress is a self-proclaimed water baby and has been quoted to say, I've been swimming since before I knew how to walk.
I don't have any idea who that is.
No.
No,
Uh,
give me a clue.
she has starred in comic book movies
Okay.
in different roles. She was a child actress. She has been known to do a lot of physical stunts. Um,
Hmm. I
she
have.
was in Sin City
Ooh, Sin City.
and Fantastic Four.
Jessica Alba.
Yes,
All
Jessica
right.
Alba.
All right. The funny thing is, Jessica Alba is one of those actresses where I see the person before I think of the name. And and by that I mean like I don't think of the name and then like, oh, the visual image pops in, right? I think
No,
you know
I
what
have
I'm
no
saying.
idea what you're saying, Bob.
I think the listeners know exactly what I'm saying.
You see her, and then the name pops in.
Yeah, that she is an attractive woman,
Oh, she is an attractive woman.
very attractive
And do you
woman.
know who she's dating right now?
I don't know who is she dating.
She is dating Danny Ramirez.
You don't say.
And who's Danny Ramirez, Bob?
The new Falcon in the
Yes,
MCU.
Joaquin Torres. He plays.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So why am I greeting you with a Jessica Alba quote, Bob?
Oh my gosh, Rick. Does she have asthma?
She has asthma.
Okay.
I am good for you. Good for you.
Oh,
Like you just
I'm so
got it so
proud. I
quick.
feel so proud of myself. Like I should get like a treat or
I
something.
know.
You
You're like,
know?
because she's dating someone from Captain America? No, that's
Wow.
just a great way to tie it in. And of course, she did a lot of swimming. So I thought it was an appropriate quote for today's comic
Yeah.
that we're covering, Bob.
All right. Okay. Good. Whew. That's a lot of pressure.
It
She's a
is.
very successful businesswoman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She doesn't. She has like a beverage company and a makeup company. Cosmetic company. She does all kinds of stuff. Very successful.
I'll take your word for it, Bob.
Yeah.
And what comic are we covering today?
Well, we are revisiting the lore of the asthma monster, Rick, with Captain America: Return of the Asthma Monster.
Yes, we are. Yeah. We in month of May is Asthma Awareness Month. So we thought it was important to bring awareness to asthma as the way we do it with Captain America comic books. We did
Yeah,
it last May in 2025 with the initial attack of the asthma monster, and we covered that. Gosh, oof. Well, that was May of 2025, Bob. So that would
yeah,
have been episode 241.
something like that. Yeah.
241. It
Wow.
came out on May 21st of 2025. And if you're listening on the day this comes out, it's May 20th.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
I know, right? Uh, well, I mean, that last issue did not end on a cliffhanger. It
Yeah,
was like, oh,
yeah,
all right, we're
yeah,
done. We
yeah.
captured him. He's off to jail.
Yeah, I think we talked extensively. I think about these sorts of promotional comics, and I think the National Allergy Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month started like a few years before that, like back in '84, and so Marvel teamed up with some pharmaceutical companies, and I think the Medical Association came out with this, but one of many those promotional comics that Marvel teams up with different industries to do, and they're just so neat, right? And but to go back to that well twice, it must have been a fairly successful effort that first time around. Certainly was a
Hmm.
fun read.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess it's like a public service announcement type of
Mm-hmm.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Um, And if you want to learn more about asthma, there's the American Lung Association. So you can go to lung.org and they have a whole thing devoted to asthma. Or you could go to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, AAFA, which is aafa.org, and learn more about asthma and how one can get treatment for it. But, you know, Steve Rogers suffered from asthma when he was a young child in the 1930s. So, he understands and he can appreciate how debilitating it can be, and when you can't get your breath.
And certainly, back in the 30s, not quite as many options for treatments.
Hmm.
So, and I think, great advice, great information sources you gave out, Rick. May is the most difficult time of the year for a lot of allergy sufferers and for those who
Hmm.
have asthma as well, because of all the pollen and, spring is sprung sort of thing. April showers, May flowers. So always brings
You know
some
what? That's
problems.
pretty catchy. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that? Well, feel
No,
free to
they should
use it.
come up with that, like a
Use it.
saying or
Yeah,
something.
maybe we can
Hmm.
spread it around or something.
So
Popularize.
I used to live in Atlanta,
Yeah,
and that's where I had my comic book store. And man, I want to say April. I could be
yeah.
wrong. Oh wow, the amount of pollen in the
Oh,
air.
right, right.
It was absolutely like your car would be like coated yellow.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
you come out in your car, you're like, oh my goodness. I remember driving on um, was it 85, 95? I don't remember, but 75. I can't remember. But anyway, driving down the highway,
yeah,
and they have all these Georgia pines.
yeah,
So the Georgia pines are these really tall trees that have pretty much all like the green at the top.
yeah.
It's sort of kind of in a similar fashion as like a palm tree, but whatever. The most of the and I remember just like driving down, and a gust of wind would hit one just the right way, and you'd see like this poof yellow cloud just
Wow.
just come
Yeah,
out and just
yeah.
descend. It's yeah, this time of year is tough on people with allergies.
Yeah, and you're a little bit further north now. So does it hit a little bit later? It hits a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
a
later the
little
further
later.
north you go, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little later. I mean, but here we are in May. It definitely is hit. I mean,
yeah.
we've got all the trees with the flowers are blooming, and I'm allergic to nature. So I'm allergic to grass, trees,
Hmm.
pollen, animal dander, mold, mildew, nature.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
allergic,
Right,
which is
right.
why I like the beach,
Yeah,
because I'm
makes
not
sense.
allergic to sand or salt water.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
allergic to preparation.
yeah,
So it is what it is.
man, we know. We know. Bob, what's going on with you? Anything fun coming up?
Well, I gotta tell you, Rick, I got the in-laws coming in
I
the
said
upcoming
anything
week.
fun, Bob.
Yeah, I know. I was not expecting this. I recently wrapped up the semester, spent a lot of weekends braiding, and I was like really looking forward to like having this weekend to just sort of relax. And then
Hmm.
I got the whole, oh, the in-laws are coming in. They're gonna come in Saturday, spend all day Saturday, spend all day Sunday, go home Sunday. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So my son just realized that today because grandma texted him and said, hey, can't wait to see you this weekend. And he's like, what do you mean? So he comes in to see me, and I'm like, what's the problem? He's like, I was going to go golfing this weekend. And I'm like, you still can. Because the plan had been for us all to go to either the botanical gardens, which is very lovely, very nice
Hmm.
if you like flowers and plants, which,
And don't have
yeah, I don't
asthma.
think that's your
Yeah,
thing,
allergies. Yeah.
right? Especially this month. And then the other option was to go on like an all-terrain vehicle tour of the swamps where I work, right? And I'm like, like you could ask your grandfather to go golfing and then take
Hmm.
grandma along. She doesn't golf, but she'd love to sit with you for 3.5 hours on a golf cart for
She likes a
18
cold
holes.
beer.
Yeah, and just chit chat with you. And he's like, yeah, but we need a fourth. And I'm like, oh my God, could ask your mom. She would love to spend the day with you on, with grandma and her dad. And
Yeah,
oh
get
my
out of
God,
the
it's
house.
like a whole family thing. You guys would have a what? And I'll tell you what, I'll pay for it. Like I'll give you the cash on the down low so you can treat everybody. And he was all fired up. And then he brought it up at dinner tonight. My wife looked at me and said, "Nice try." So,
So close.
so very, very close. I thought it was the
Uh
perfect plan,
huh.
but
So again, which one are you gonna do? You gonna do Botanical Gardens or ATV?
I don't know. We do. It depends on the how much rain we get between
Mm-hmm.
now and Saturday, because you get even just a few inches of rain, it makes that going a little tough sometimes for
Mm-hmm.
some passengers. So and they're a little, they're a little older. They're in their 70s, and so you gotta. But in the botanical gardens, it's a safe bet. So and they
Mm-hmm.
got a nice snack bar, so
Mm.
which is a selling point for me.
Ah, did I ever tell you the story of Botanical Gardens for me?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know, but I
So
certainly want to hear it again.
if you know anything about me, I'm not a sightseer. I don't enjoy.
That's right.
I
I've
don't.
learned that about you.
I don't like. No. I if I go on vacation, I'm gonna chill, or I'm gonna do something fun.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a sightseer. That's why God made the internet. I can look it up. And if you know another thing about me is I have bad allergies. Okay, I have bad allergies. So if you know these two things about me,
Yeah.
you would know that I wasn't really thrilled when my wife at the time, back in the day, and my kids were little. They were like 6 and 1.5, stroller type situation.
Yeah.
And for Father's Day, my wife at the time thought it'd be a good idea as a family trip to the Botanical Gardens.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, do you know me? I'm like, did I do something wrong? Like, why are you mad at me?
Right, right. Yeah. Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah, that was the last time I went.
Yeah, last time to botanical garden. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's definitely it is, you either like them or you don't,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's no in between with botanical gardens, because you're like, what's the selling point? You're like, it's plants, it's botanicals. You're like,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. If you don't like that, then there isn't it's no rides or anything.
Right.
Right. So there's a gift shop. What's in the gift shop? More plants.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Don't we could take these home.
Yeah.
Okay. And I learned from the comic we're about to cover today, that's probably not good for my allergies bringing those plants home.
Probably not good. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like rethinking all the plants we have upstairs uh, in the
Oh
living room
yeah.
and dining room. We
Right.
have these big potters with these really huge plants. Because after my mom died, friends send this, coworkers send this, and other
Right.
coworkers send this, and I still have them, and they're just nice and they're big. But now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah. And you can't put them outside half the year. Right. So
yeah, oh
you
gosh,
gotta
no,
keep them
no,
someplace. Right. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, Bob.
All right.
Well, should we get to today's comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said this place was steps from the water.
We just haven't found the steps yet.
How much did we save?
Enough.
Enough to get lost?
Or you could book a stay with Hilton.
Welcome to your oceanfront room, just steps from the water.
The Hilton sale is on now. Book on Hilton.com or the Hilton app and save up to 20% to get the stay you expected. When you want savings, not surprises, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer ahead to learn more. See you this summer.
All right. Looking at the cover, do you want to take the listeners through this cover?
Sure. Yeah. So It's a fun cover. It's not a bright yellow background, but it is a yellow background. And we've got Captain America, who's looking a little shocked, and then behind him are two small children, Rick, and I could be mistaken, but I believe these are the same children as the first story that we covered.
It they are the same children, except the colorist, who I have a problem with in this comic. The colorist decided to make the little girl a redhead. She's
Uh,
blonde.
yeah, yeah. Maybe she was just changing things up.
Okay.
All right. So, and then we have in the foreground a lot of these very tiny, hairy gremlin-y looking things covered with fur, and they've got very sharp claws and they're crouched. And there's what, three, four, five of them there.
Mm-hmm.
But in between them, we see the asthma monster. And
What?
he's standing there and he's pointing at Captain America as if he's gesturing for these little critters to attack the hero. And he's got his asthma gun in his left hand with his finger on the trigger. And he's saying, "Eliminate Captain America, my allergen gang, and we can spread asthma across the globe."
And at the top, Bob, uh, this has the Marvel Comics logo. I love this is my favorite Marvel Comics logo. It's the one that has the big M with the like kind of like graffiti comics in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it say at the very top?
Compliments of your physician in Allen and Hanbury's, a division of Glaxo Inc.
Yes, because the last one was from Glasgow Inc., but this one is Allen and Hanbury's. So I guess that's like the asthma medicine division of Glasgow. I'm guessing.
Probably so. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, the Captain America logo is the one that is was common at this time, and the this one does not have any price on it because it's free because it's compliments, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Free stuff. That's great.
yeah, Glasgow Inc. paid for this. Now, uh, the artists on here, when you go on to Marvel fandom and you look it up, it does not. It says artist unknown, which does not make any sense to me. Like, do your homework, people. Like, this is not hard, because it is the interior art is by Mark Bagley, penciler Mark Bagley, and inked by Kim DeMulder. And if you look on here, if you know anything about Mark Bagley's art, it looks like Mark Bagley's art. And then on top of that, it's signed by the artist MB. So come on, Marvel fandom, let's get this updated. The writer is Howard Mackie, and colorist Paul Becton. Again, I got a problem with Paul Becton on this one. Letterer Janice Chiang, and editor Gregory Wright. Now, the thing about Mark Bagley is he broke into comics, um, and actually Howard Mackie around the same time. So Howard Mackie's first Marvel book was in early 1987, and Mark's was mid 1986. So really, they broke in around the same time. And um, Mark was drawing for what they used to call Marvel New Universe. And so it was Night Mask and Starbrand and Cyforce. He was doing those. And then he started to do Strike Force Moratori. Do you know what that comic is?
I don't.
It was actually a really cool concept back in the day. I was collecting it and monthly. I enjoyed it a lot, and it actually one of the earliest artists was Will Spatasio. I think it was one of his first published work, but it was outside of the Marvel universe, and it wasn't part of the new universe. And it was the Earth was being invaded by aliens, and the the government of the world, Earth, was like, okay, to combat these aliens, everybody, who volunteers will get this procedure done on them to give them a superpower, and you may have no idea what that superpower will be. You could be anything. It's like the Terrigen Mists, right? Like
Right, right. Yeah.
very similar to that. But the thing was, you only have 1 year to live, and so this was
Okay.
like a suicide mission. But it was like this is how we combat. And so, Mark Bagley, one of his when I first noticed who he was when he started doing this in 1988. So he's relatively young and new. And then Howard Mackie, who most people know from his long stints on writing Ghost Rider, whether that was the Ghost Rider series or the Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance, Blaze, all of that. He did a lot of Venom books and things like that. But before that, and Spider-Man books too, he was just doing some fill-ins. So he did like an Iron Man issue, a Chuck Norris issue, a Power Pack issue, again some new universe stuff, and then he got this gig. The funny thing is, just like the last issue of Asthma Monster, um, the it's not being credited in anybody's bibliography. It's just, I guess, because it's a PSA. It's just
Yeah.
doesn't count. I don't know.
Yeah. There's some good writing in here.
So, all right, let's get to the opening here. By the way, I got my Captain America Asthma Monster and Return of the Asthma Monster. I think I got them at like in a dollar box at a convention or something like that. Like, they're not hard to find if you look hard enough. So when you open it up, and I don't know if I said this. This has a cover date. I think it's January of 1989.
89.
Yeah. So this is basically a year after the last one. There might be more printings though, Bob, because I'm looking at mine right here. This might be a new printing because
Really?
it says 1993 on mine.
Interesting. I have two copies, but I didn't pull out the other copy.
Yeah. It says copyright 1993 and then 1989. So that usually tells me it's a new printing, but I'm not seeing it here. Inside cover. Now, the last one had on the inside cover, it was like Steve Rogers' origin into becoming Captain America. This one is a recap of Captain America meets the Asthma Monster and has like 6 panels there of what happened. And I'm going to tell everybody now, I'm not going to bother reading it because if you really want to know, you need to watch or listen to episode 241 where we cover it panel by panel.
But it is essential that you go listen to that episode or watch it. So yeah, don't be caught short-handed. You won't understand this story.
Right. All right. Opening splash page. Bob Stanley presents
The Return of the Asthma Monster.
So we are seeing the Asthma Monster in his costume. And do you want to describe it for those who aren't familiar?
Yeah, it's gosh, it's a weird costume. So I mean, he's all in green, but he's sort of a muscular, bulky. It's a little bit swamp thingy without the swamp thingy head. He's just got a plain old sort of bulbous head with red eyes. But he does have like a little jetpack on him, a little jetpack looking thing. But it's connected to a nozzle that is attached to his asthma gun, which shoots out a cloud of whatever it is that he stores in that container. But he's very muscular in this suit, and also kind of scary and looking very germy.
Yeah, he also has really, really sharp teeth.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But it is just a mask. So he's coming out of his jail cell, and there are guards there, and he is firing one purple mist onto one guard. Another guard is on the ground because of those characters that you mentioned that were on the cover. There's these little furry gremlin type characters, many of which are smoking cigars, and they are blowing smoke into policemen's uh, face, and they're gasping for air. Attack, Allergen Gang. Show these fools the price that must be paid for trying to keep the asthma monster in jail. You got it, boss. Hey, hey, boss, we better get out of this joint before more cops show up. And we turn the page, and sure enough, more cops show up. Not to worry, my fuzzy flunky. Now that you've returned my Allergun teleporter to me, I can I can render even the healthiest person helpless and teleport easily out of harm's way. And one of the little guys takes one of the policeman's hats and puts it on his head. What are we going to do when we get out, boss? Between the allergens in my gun and those at the disposal of you and your cohorts, we will be able to trigger asthmatic symptoms in this entire city in a matter of weeks. Wooden Barnes, how nice of you to see us off. I have a message for you to pass on to Captain America for me. Tell him that I'm coming after him and those two little brats, John and Ruth, for daring to try and stop me from my mission. To see that the air is filled with asthma triggers and nobody will be able to breathe but me. And Warden is engulfed in this purple haze, and he's coughing and wheezing. Must get word to Captain America. We turn the page. What?
That was just so well done, Rick. I was like riveted. So believable. The warden. Well done.
Meanwhile, in another part of the city, and it's a sunny day, and the kids are on the playground. They're playing. Hey, Bob, we had a little debate about this last time. How old do you think these kids are?
You know, I still think that they're like, are they around like 10 or 11?
Maybe. I'm going to 8 and 9, personally.
You think 8 and 9? Okay.
I do. I think they're
Yeah.
little. I do. Especially when Captain America stands next to him.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, he's a big
they
man.
barely come up to his waist. And there's Ruth, who's blonde. John, look. There's something wrong with Davy. Let's see if we can help him, Ruth. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'll be fine in a minute. Does this happen a lot? If it does, you could have asthma like Ruth and me, and you should go to a doctor. It's been happening more and more. But I wasn't I don't I don't want my parents to find out. Look, if you two know so much about asthma, why didn't you just let me have some of your medicine? No way. The only person you should ever take medicine from is your family doctor. We don't know that you have asthma. Only a doctor can tell for sure. I didn't think you guys could have asthma. You act too normal. Why should you both even why you're both even on the swim team? Just because we have asthma doesn't mean we can't do normal things. They're right. Most kids with asthma can lead a normal life. Huh? And the kids have a big smile on their face, and we turn the page, and who is it, Bob?
Oh my gosh, it's Captain America back in Midville.
Wow, Captain America. Even I had asthma as a child. I knew nothing about its causes or how to overcome it. It was very frightening until I went to see my doctor. My doctor helped me to learn the causes of my asthma attacks. These things are called triggers, and they're all around us. Everyday things like dust, dog hair, and even the weather could trigger an asthma attack. Some people get asthma attacks just by getting overly excited. When this happens, the most important thing to do are stop, think, and act. Now, you see, he crouches down on one knee
Mm-hmm.
to get to their height. You see the size of these kids?
Well, yeah, but yeah, I do. Yeah. Davy looks ridiculously small.
Yeah, he does.
Lilliputian.
It really helps. Cap taught us how. Stop activity that has brought on the attack. Think about the plan of action your doctor and parents have taught you. Act. Follow through with your plan. Remember not to panic. Breathe slowly and deeply while waiting for your medication to work. If this happens once or twice a week, ask your parents to take you to the doctor. Wow, that works. I can breathe. How come it was so hard before? These triggers, called allergens, cause your bronchial tubes to swell up. This reduces the amount of air you can get in and out of your lungs. That's what makes you cough and wheeze. Asthma is a very serious illness, but it can be controlled with the help of your doctor. I don't want to go into the doctor. I want to try out for the school baseball team next year. My parents will find out that I have asthma, and I won't be able to do anything. Cap's helped me enough. That's not necessarily true. If you go to the doctor and it turns out that you do have asthma, he'll be able to give you medication that will help you breathe easier and show you ways to control it almost all the time. My doctor helped me. Now I'm on the school swim team. Huh. Do we know anybody else who has asthma that likes to swim a lot?
Jessica Alba?
Oh, it all kind of makes sense now, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Davy, if you were being attacked by a supervillain, I'd be the best person for the job. But you might have asthma, and in that case, only a doctor can help you. Will you come with me, Cap? You can count on it. But first, let's call your mother. Not Dad. No.
No.
Don't call
No.
Dad.
Yeah.
Call Mom.
Right.
Second-class citizen.
Yeah.
2 hours later at the school doctor's office, and Cap's there with Ruth and John, just kind of waiting for Davy to get done with the doctor. Boy, I remember how scared I was when I first found out that I had asthma. It felt like the end of the world. Me too. But now we're both on the swim team, thanks to what our doctors taught us about asthma. That's right. If you learn to recognize the warning signs that an asthma attack is coming, like a funny feeling in your stomach or a tickly feeling in your throat, you can calm yourself down, take your medication, and control the attack before it even starts. Remember how both of you were able to control your asthma attacks last year and help me defeat the asthma monster? Which reminds me of why I showed up today. But before Cap can say anything, out comes Doctor with Davy and his mom. Hey, everyone. Dr. Franklin says my asthma can be controlled. He told my mom what I can do. Great! And Davy's mom thanks Cap. The doctor has given us a list of triggers to look for around the house. Things like woolen blankets, carpets, stuffed toys, and cotton sheets. From now on, Davy sleeps with synthetic pillows instead of feathered. With my help and the medication the doctor has given Davy, he's going to be able to live a healthier, more active life. Thank you so much for helping us, Captain. My pleasure, Mrs. Wall. Captain, the school's principal called and said that John's and Ruth's parents have given permission for you to take them home early. They said they'll be waiting for you. Thank you, Doctor. What's wrong, Cap? Yeah, why are you taking us home? I tried telling you earlier. The asthma monster has broken out of jail. He's sworn to get revenge against me for foiling his plan of world domination through the spread of artificially created allergens. As soon as I was informed of his escape, I came right here to see if you two were all right. Do you think that he'll attack us? Probably not, but I'd just as soon see both of you safely home until we recapture that breath stealer. A few minutes later, they are getting into Cap's van. It's Cap's van, Bob.
It is. It's now orange.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing on the swim team, John? I remember when you didn't want to join because of your asthma. I'm doing all right, I guess. And Cap gets behind the wheel, and the kids get in the front seat. But I'm confused, Bob. Cap's sitting in a captain's chair, a bucket
Yeah.
seat,
Yeah.
and I don't see what the kids are sitting in.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
don't.
back,
There's no
and they're
back.
sitting in together in this. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, and nobody's wearing a seatbelt.
Right.
Yeah. Safety first, Cap.
He's being modest, Cap. He's one of the fastest freestyle swimmers on the team. Good for you, John. I'm glad you haven't let your asthma hold you back from doing things that you want to do. Later, they pull up in front of John's house. We'll make sure that John's parents are home, and then we'll head to your house, Ruth. Okay, Cap. Hey, the front door's open. My parents never do that. I'd better go in first. Hello, Mrs. Wilson. Are you home? It's Captain America. That's odd. She said that she'd be waiting for us here. And that door being left wide open? Better be on my guard. I don't want to let on the kids that anything's wrong. We'll just have to wait until your mother shows up, John. She probably got tied up in traffic. And then there's a pop.
Pop!
Cap, look! Uh-oh. I must protect the children from the asthma monster. Inhale these allergens, you patriotic fool. And he fires his allergun right at Cap. And there's a purple cloud around his head, and he's grasping his throat. Why do people grasp their throat when they can't breathe, Bob? It seems to me that would be the last thing you want to do.
That's a good point, Rick. It's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, if I have
making it worse.
restriction on my throat, do I really want to grab it?
Yeah, you could be making it worse. Right. Yeah. Well, good point.
Or is this what they learn in mime school? You know, like
Acting.
Yeah.
Cap's a thespian. Yeah.
His allergen triggered an asthma attack. Only one chance, children. You know what to do. And they all reach in and grab an inhaler and put it to their mouth and take a puff. No, they have the antidote to my super allergens. The confounded medication that those lousy doctors hand out worked every time. You know, 64% of the time. It works every time. Did you know that was a so Paul Rudd in Anchorman?
Yeah.
I know I didn't get the right quote, but you know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That was an ad lib.
Was it?
and Paul was trying to get Will Ferrell to laugh. But because Will Ferrell cracks everybody else up, and so he was trying to get him back.
Yeah.
And apparently Will Ferrell doesn't break character. So his response to that was, that doesn't make any sense, which made Paul laugh. So when you see that scene, he's actually reacting to Will Ferrell like because it was all ad lib and he was laughing at it.
Oh my gosh, such a great movie.
Yeah,
great ensemble cast,
great cameos.
Indeed, yeah.
This is where we left off last time. Your super allergun won't work on me any longer, so give yourself up now. The asthma monster is not so easily defeated, winghead. My allergen gang has the boys' parents. I'm going to use them to test my latest super allergen. One that will turn them and everyone on this planet into permanent, incurable asthmatics. Then I'll be the only one able to breathe. Not if I could stop you. And he dives for him. You can't stop what you can't touch. Come find us, red, white, and blue in the face. But be careful of the allergen gang. And he pops out.
He teleports.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Well, that was very thoughtful, very nice of him to warn him about the allergen
What?
gang and
Yeah,
said and tell him to be careful.
right. He's a pro.
And soon, Cap's on the phone. I'll find your parents, John, but first I want to call in some special help. Hello, Dr. Franklin. This is Captain America. I'd like you to meet me at John Wilson's home. Bring plenty of asthma remedies. The asthma monster is on the loose again. Okay, kids. I want you to wait outside while I'll handle the situation. There's no way you're leaving us behind. They're my parents, and I have just the thing to help out with the allergen gang wherever they are. And what's he holding, Bob?
He's holding a dust basher, Rick.
Not a dustbuster.
Not a dust buster. It's a knockoff dust basher.
Yeah. Okay, you might be safer with me anyway. And he smiles. Now let's stick together. Stay calm and be on the lookout for anything strange. Psst, little girl, want to cut a rug? What's that, Bob? That's creepy.
Oh my gosh. The rug. It's a talking rug, Rick.
Is it though? You see little eyes and a mouth
yes.
underneath the bottom of a coffee table, and it's creepy as hell.
It is. It is. Yes.
Cap, the rug, it's talking. Not just any rug, girlie. The name's Rugburn. Me and my super smoking stogies are guaranteed to bring a tear to your eye and trigger asthma attacks in the hardiest individuals. And he comes at Cap and the kids, and again, he does have a stogie, and he also looks like he has roller skates on.
He does. Yes.
Yeah. Just feel that lovely smoke clogging up your throat. I'll get him, Cap. Gotcha, Shorty. Don't you know that besides being a major asthma trigger and an all-around health hazard? And he starts sucking him into the dust
basher. Yeah.
And then he sucks him up into it, and then he takes him and he throws him. Tobacco smoking stunts your growth. Yow! That burns me up. Good work, John. It looks like the allergen gang will be hiding out in places where one can normally find asthma triggers. And they start going up the stairs to the second floor. You kids know where these places are better than anyone else, so keep me posted. Cap, that vent up there. My mom always keeps it real clean. She says it catches dust easier than anything else. Good call. We'll be very careful while walking past. But all of a sudden, what bursts out of it, Bob?
Oh my God. It's another one of the allergen gang, Rick.
What does it look like?
It looks like a tiny little dragon.
Please be as careful as you wish, air breathers. Nothing ever gets past Dust Dragon. And he blows like dust into Cap's face. But Cap's quick to act, and he takes his shield and pushes him up against the wall. Erk! There's a first time for everything, Dusty. The allergen gang seems to be coming at us from every direction. This room appears to be empty. Cap, I think I saw something slither near the top of the bed. It looked like some sort of snake. We've got to find Mr. and Mrs. Wilson quickly before the asthma monster causes them permanent harm. And then coming out between the pillows, what is that, Bob?
It looks like a snake, Rick, but he also looks like he's got feathers all over his.
Good eyes, sweetie. I'm not just any snake. I'm a boa, to be exact. A feather boa. I get it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because, another name for like the little feather thing that goes around.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why your parents insist on using these synthetic pillows when they could have some nice tickly feathers. And it goes up around Cap's neck and circles his head. Let's see how well you breathe with a nose full of feathers, hero. But something knocks him off Cap's head.
Ka-ting!
And it's Ruth holding like some sort of like, I don't know, a bat, a vase, something.
I don't know what that is, Rick.
Featherbower seems to be feeling a little lightheaded, Ruth. Yeah, as light as a feather. Ow, 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 ow. Let me out of here. This just ain't worth it. On your way out, you can tell your asthma causing friends that we're coming. And no matter how many allergens they throw at us, we won't be stopped until John's parents are rescued. Think again, my smooth skinned friends. And what comes bouncing out him?
Well, it's another gremlin, Rick, but this one it looks to be covered with all kinds of fur.
Furballs coming through. You seem to be having trouble with your hair. Have some of mine. And it bounces off Ruth's head and then bounces onto John's head. A fine blend of fur is certain to irritate the liveliest of lungs. Your friends seem all choked up, Cappy. What say you join them? And Cap just gives him the boot.
Poont!
Not today, thanks. I have to find your boss. And he kicks him and he falls down the stairs. Oof! Gosh darn overgrown fancy pants. Good job, kids. You stayed calm during Furball's attack. And then they go into another room. John, this looks like your room. What do you see on the wall there, Bob?
Wow, there's a Captain America poster, Rick.
Yeah, but something's not right.
Yeah, there's
What
a
do you-
lot of plants. It looks like your house.
What do you mean? All these potted plants and flowers, they shouldn't be here. That's right. We don't have potted plants or flowers in my house either. They give off mold spores, and some flowers give off pollen, and they both are asthma triggers. I'm getting a funny feeling in my stomach, like before I get an asthma attack. And my throat's getting tickly. Uh-oh. And then next page, and you see all these like little mites, kind of, I don't know, bats with wings, and I mean, it's got like a bat face, but wings like the wasp, and they have arms and legs, and they're firing little guns that shooting out spores. Mole Patrol, assemble! Whack 'em, boys! Let's show 'em our airborne power. Too many to fight at once. Must get the children out of here. But who comes in, Bob?
Oh my gosh, it's Dr. Franklin.
Oh my. Don't be a spore sport. A spore from a mold, so I've been told, could be a swell thing to behold. He means swell your bronchial tubes, dearie. Some spore spray for your hair, my pretty. Have to get the things away from Ruth. Don't worry, children. There's plenty of asthma medication in my little black bag, and he takes one and he smacks one of the little guys. Fly away, escape! The monster with the vile asthma antidote. It's poison to us. Thanks for your help, Dr. Franklin. Uh-oh, Cap. I think you better come look at this. You might as well take a good look, because I'm the last thing you're going to see through clear eyes. You've gone through all my flunkies. Now meet the master of all allergens, Allergen Al. I've got 'em all. Dust, pollen, smoke, and fur. You name it, I got it. And I know how to use 'em. When I get through with you, you talk too much, Al. And Cap just comes up and punches him.
Bonk!
And he's laying there on the ground. You haven't heard the last of me. Stay right there, Asthma Monster. Why should I stop, Captain? You've arrived just in time to witness my new super allergen being put to the test. It's a shame Allergen Al wasn't here. He did help me with the formula. At any rate, once I'm through with the brat's parents, I'll turn the gun on all of you. You'll have asthma forever, and none of Dr. Franklin's precious medicines will be able to help you. And he points the gun at the parents. Cap, I have an idea. Get ready. I'll follow your lead, Doc. And he throws the black bag at the asthma monster, but it just barely misses him. What? A feeble attempt at best, Doctor. You missed. But I won't. And Cap uses his right arm to throw the shield, and we turn the page, and it knocks the gun right out of his hand.
Crash!
No, no, my Allergun. Time to put you out of commission for good. And Cap gives him a left cross, knocking and breaking his helmet off his head. Can't breathe. Have asthma. Costume, help me breathe. If you have asthma, why are you trying to give it to everyone else? So I wouldn't be different. I can help you control your asthma. You don't have to be different. You'd help me? Absolutely. Because that's what doctors do.
That's what they're all about, Ray.
Right?
Yeah.
3 months later, Captain America, Ruth, John, I'd like you all to meet Mr. Daniel Tyler. You might remember him as the Asthma Monster. I don't go by that name anymore, Doc. Glad to hear it, Mr. Tyler. You seem to have made quite a bit of progress dealing with your asthma. Dr. Franklin has seen to that. He's helped me with my medication, a balanced diet, relaxation techniques, and he's even got me exercising regularly. The parole board is so pleased with my recovery that they're letting me serve time for my crimes by performing community service. I'm even coaching a children's swim team.
Different time. Different time, perhaps.
All people can be helped with their asthma, but they need their doctor's help. If you think that you might have asthma, talk to your parents, see your doctor, and follow his or her instructions. And the two kids at once say, It helps.
Wow.
Whew.
That was highly educational.
It really was.
It was. Much more so, I think, than even the first one. Right?
Yeah, because it told you where all the allergens live in your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very helpful.
It was good. And I like the stop, think, and act. I'm gonna start doing that on a daily basis. I have nothing to do with asthma, but I think couldn't hurt, you know?
Yeah. We could probably use that in other parts of our life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah. I love how you said in the beginning it was good writing. You still think that?
I do think it was, considering what it's for, who it's for, and I think it serves its purpose well.
Right? I agree.
Packed a lot of technical medical information in there and made it digestible to kids and their parents.
Yeah.
So I think mission accomplished.
Yeah. I thought the dialogue was a little much at times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and that's early Mark Bagley art. So definitely he has honed his craft over the years. Bob, you go first.
Oh, all right.
Do you have a favorite panel in this book?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the one that you drew attention to.
You can't do that. No.
Well, I can't.
No.
But I love that one.
Well, you should have had your own and not been swayed by me. I go ahead.
Yeah.
What's your favorite panel?
Well, it's obviously Cap in the front seat of the van, Rick. I first of all, I love the fact that it's 1989 and he's not wearing a seatbelt. How indestructible do you think he is? That's just not responsible. It's not socially modeling properly. But I do like the fact that his hands are at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. So he's got that. He's got that safety protocol checked. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I almost went with the one right below it. I'm like, why does that folks have to have those big rocks in their front yard? But then I thought to myself, I have seen that in some yards, and I do kind of like it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got a favorite panel?
I do have a favorite panel. I thought you were going to take it.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Page 10, panel 4. It's the one with the creepy little eyes and mouth underneath the table. That's my favorite panel.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right? It's just so creepy.
that's the sort of thing a young child would read this
I know.
and like be super, super nervous for quite a long time,
I
anxious
know.
about like the coffee table,
Yeah.
you know?
Or every time you're walking by a vent, stay away from the vent. The dragon might come out.
Right. Yeah.
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 And
All right.
then on my T-shirt,
Oh yeah,
I,
your t-shirt.
I'm going right. I'm going the panel right before it, and that's where the Cap smiles,
Oh,
and he
okay.
says, and he's kind of looking at the reader,
Yeah.
right, almost, and he says, "Okay, you might be safer with me anyway." I want that on my T-shirt. I'm gonna walk up to
Yeah,
people and be
that's a
like,
good one.
"Hey, you might be safer with me."
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
What's going
Yeah.
on your T-shirt?
Center top panel, page 15, Rick, when Cap's looking right at you with that smirk on his face, and he says, "You talk too much, Al." First of all, I'm going to go with the word balloon because I want people to scratch their heads and think to themselves, "Who the hell's Al?"
Right?
Right? It's a conversation starter.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah. What's going in your time capsule?
well, Rick, I got to go with the Dust Basher on page 10.
Mm,
Do you know anything about the Dust Buster?
I had one.
Did you? Everyone had one, Rick.
Yeah.
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 Around the time this came out, they were selling about 7 million Dust Busters every year.
Wow.
Black and Decker came out with the Dust Buster. Originally in the 1970s, it was designed for like shops, like like in your garage, right? And then they realized that it was very popular with folks inside the house as a household item. So in 1979, they started selling the Black and Decker Dust Buster. But here's the thing. Did you know that the Dust Buster technology was based on technology that Black and Decker developed for the Apollo moon landing?
I did not.
Yeah. So the portable chargeable electric motor was developed by Black and Decker for drills that would drill into the lunar surface. And then they just basically repurposed that technology to make the rechargeable Dust Buster handheld vac.
I can't suck up anything.
It can't. Yeah, they weren't that strong, really,
No.
when they first came
No.
out. Yeah, everybody has them now, but when
The ones that come out now aren't that strong. I was trying to vacuum. I had some dirt in the back of my trunk because I was picking up sod, and even though I had like a plastic tarp down, some of it got past,
it gets out.
and so I had dirt there, and I'm like trying
you need lighter dirt.
I guess so.
Well, anyway, the Dust Basher's mine because that was a big, brand new innovation in the 1980s. So
yeah, good one, good,
yeah,
good one.
All right. What do you got for your time capsule?
I'm going to go for the inside back cover.
Oh, inside back cover
because it is. By the way, it's two amazing images here, and I'll get to the Cap one in a second. But the Spider-Man is by Todd McFarlane, who the artist at that time, and it's like special offer: get 12 issue subscription for $15. 12 comics for $15. You're lucky if you can get 3 comics for that much.
Well,
right
Rick,
now.
I got you beat, buddy. Because on my version from a couple of years earlier, 1989, it was a 9-issue subscription for $7.50.
What? Oh, wow. All right, hold on. I want to see if we have the same comics. Right? Because the ones they picked for this one, I guess is in now it says 1994 on this. I guess they went with ones that they felt like kids would recognize.
Yeah.
From either toys or TV. So here's the list of ones that you can get.
All right.
Barbie.
Okay.
Barbie Fashion.
Oh, okay.
Marvel Age.
All right.
X-Men Adventures, which was based on the cartoon.
Yeah.
Marvel Tales.
Okay.
X-Men Classics and G.I. Joe.
Wow. Only one of those made my list.
Oh, which one?
Marvel Tales.
Okay.
That is the only one. On this, the titles are Daredevil, Iron Man, Captain America, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, Marvel Tales, Amazing Spider-Man, Thor, West Coast Avengers, and X-Men.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have the Captain America at the top? Hey kids, test your knowledge on this puzzle.
Indeed, yes.
Okay. Do you recognize that art?
I don't off the top of my head now.
That is Mike Zeck, and that is the art that was used for the official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, excellent.
And I actually am the very proud owner of the art by Mike Zeck for that.
Wow.
And I have found more and more things that Marvel used licensing for
Yeah.
that. They used it on a patch that I have, and trading cards and lunch boxes and things like that. Now I have it here.
And now you have it here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. They got the mileage out of that.
They really did.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. Well, that was fun. I would say come back next May, but I don't think there's a third one.
I don't know. I never say never, Rick. You don't know what they're going to come up with. And we know that Allergen Al said that,
you haven't seen the last of them.
You haven't seen the last of them. So,
yeah.
World of possibilities.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. Bob, any final words before we call this an episode?
No, that was fun. But I'm really looking forward to next week, Rick.
All right. If you don't mind, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If we're on YouTube, you know what to do. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And we love to seeing comments on there as well. On Spotify, again, give us a 5-star review. Apple, please give us a 5-star review and leave a comment. These are all great ways to help support the show. There's actually a link for I think there's a dozen different ways that you can quickly and free support the show. But if you want to maybe chip in a few dollars a month, we actually have a buymeacoffee.com/Cap Comic Fans, and you can go on there and learn how you can support the show and become a patron and a supporter, and also get yourself some really cool perks. For Bob Lucius, I'm Rick Verbonis, and we thank you for listening to another episode of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast.
You can't reason with the sun. Trust us, we've tried. This summer, it's time to put that angry ball of fire on mute. Columbia's Omni-Shade technology is engineered to protect you from the sun's harsh rays that can burn and damage your skin. The sun is relentless, but so is our gear. Level up your summer at Columbia.com to spend more time outside and less time slathering on aloe lotion. You're welcome. Columbia, engineered for whatever.